You are part of making the new world. That is the best part of being an architect.
It's the sheer physicality of what we do that I absolutely love, and the fact that what we do impacts on people's lives in a very direct and very emotional way.
Australians now are understanding their environment more than anything. We're in it most of the time.
I just love doing projects that are about making connections. This is a great example of how we can insert forests back into our cities and let the citizens start to experience the beauty of those landscapes. I think great cities are actually about bringing people together in these new designs, in contemporary ways of experiencing place. How we can get communities to come together in new settings and to interact in new ways.
There's a lot of research that's been done outside of architecture that's shown how, for instance, our park down here, if you walk through it, you feel enlivened by it, and it creates this kind of stimulation of the brain.
When you look into a landscape and see it as a place that has to sustain you in some way, then I think that implies a more powerful and spiritual relationship with that place.
Landscape, for example, can impact well-being and improve health outcomes for patients, how we can create more tranquil environments which reduce stress. I think one of the key attributes we can bring to the rest of the world and to Asia is the fact that we're leaders in sustainable design, and we've actually got proven experience in that.
Well, I think the big idea in the world is about the environment, and that's true for me too, but it's really kind of encouraged me to look at the relationship between nature and architecture. This building we're in is a perfect example of that. So I'm very interested in how nature devolves itself into architectural form. We're now kind of realising every building, every type of building can be informed by nature in some way.
I'm distracted by the kookaburras.
We're really trying to almost abstract these vertical gardens, how we achieve that and how we hide structure and how we irrigate this thing and how does it work over 80 metres.
In years past, centuries past, issues of sustainability were a natural part of architecture, not an add-on.
I've always been sort of interested in the effect of architecture on your emotional core. For me, that's the purpose of architecture really. It's to draw out all those positive emotions, and so, you know, thinking about how you craft space, introduce natural light and materials to encourage those kind of positive emotions to come out are very, very critical, important elements for an architect, and I think that's certainly what my work's about.
Architecture's got a huge role to play in how space influences behaviour.
We need to make sure that we do all the right things to provide the right backgrounds for equipment and technology. But in fact, infusing that with art meant that we could reduce some of the anxiety of families, reduce some of the anxiety of kids, and that will then, there's evidence around that reducing the length of stay for kids in hospital and reducing the amount of medications they need to have. So there's a feeling that art and science coming together can help provide good architecture.
Architects can lead the way in terms of delivering a densification of our urban areas in a sustainable and also a design-driven manner.
Partly is to challenge the context of a way of life somehow, and how we live in an environment and how we operate in a community.
It's about forensically having an examination of the beauty and the secrets of those places. And that's what we bring to our work in Australia. That's what we would bring to our work overseas.
I think we're powerfully driven in our culture to ultimately be practical.
We respect where we're working and defer to them, and in the end I think create a far better building and a far better result than we would have if we had imposed our ideas.